Hello, my name is Sia, and I want you to feel you can show up on the dance floor as you are and still belong. I'm doing that through hosting this podcast series, and you are part of making it happen. Hello.
Hello.
Happy to be sitting here and talking to you.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me.
Very nice that you wanted and had time to record a podcast episode during the festival.
Time.
Yes.
We make time.
Exactly. I am very curious about your earrings, but I think we'll come to it later.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it your first time at the Minor Swing Festival?
No, I've been here multiple times. Always with different partners.
Okay.
So I'm one of the, I think the people maybe in the Balboa scene, other than Sylvia Sykes, that has been the least partnered in my lifetime. So, I think one of the benefits of this is that you get a very wide variety of classes. And I actually have learned a lot as a teacher from having so many partners over this time.
Yeah.
But the bad thing is I can never remember all of the people that I've been here with.
No, that's just the beauty of it. Like, you're one of them or not. No. No. It's nice. You can have a list. It's an easy thing to solve.
I should keep a better list.
Yeah.
But I do have one on my website where I list who I'm teaching with, just because people ask me all the time.
Okay. But I think it's different because some dancers I associate as a couple. So I see them as a teaching couple or a dancing couple. They don't have to be a couple, but they are teaching together.
Yeah.
And you're maybe more seen as a dancer, more of an individual, because you dance with different people, teach with different people.
Yes, and this weekend I actually have the pleasure of teaching with Lucia, who is
grabbing some food.
Yes. Who is a wonderful friend as well as an amazing dancer, and she's following this weekend, and so I'm leading. And last weekend I also taught with Sanna, who's also here, and she and we both led and followed during the classes. So.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I talked to her during Snowball in December.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Well, like for a podcast, I mean. Yeah. Is there something, or what is it that you want people to know about you as a dancer?
I think the thing that I want the world to know is that I wasn't somebody that had been dancing all my life. I actually found it quite late. I did other activities in sports, like I did karate for a very long time, and I did a lot of different sporty type things. But I wasn't a dancer, and when I first started, everything was very new and actually quite difficult for me. Yeah. So I was a student for a very, very long time. I loved taking classes. I learned so much just by social dancing every song I could. And I really think that it's important for people to know that you don't have to come out to swing dancing or Balboa already as a good dancer.
Yeah.
I had a musical background, so I had a sense of rhythm. But even that you can learn. So I think everything is a learned skill. And I just have a lot of, like, if I want to do it, I become very focused in it. And I have the try hard gene. I may not always do well, but I'll certainly try. And really that's all that it takes. So I wish people would not worry so much about having to be good at it so fast, because you really don't have to.
Or from the beginning. I think as children we think that it's okay if we fall as we learn how to go, because that's part of it. But as adults, like, I don't know, falling on the snowboard feels like, oh no, I'm falling. But that's part of the learning.
Yeah, we all are terrible at first, if we admit it to ourselves or not.
Yeah, true.
And it's great. Like, if you're bad at something at first, it feels so nice to learn it, right? It's like something you couldn't do, and then eventually you can. Like, that's very cool.
If that's the mindset, So that's a good thing to mention and think about. Yeah. It's not something that is constant. If you're bad at something and working on it, that will probably change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay. Then the first question is, why do you dance?
Well, I used to dance for maybe a slightly different reason than I do now. So I was in healthcare, and I did it when I was studying a lot, and I did it when I was working a lot. So I was doing a lot of sitting, and I wanted to do a hobby that didn't involve eating or drinking or sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
That was important to me because a lot of really beautiful things in life, like art and music and all of these things, are very sedentary, that you don't move around.
Yeah.
So this was just a great way of moving and being around other human beings. And it also was something that I could just pop into and do on a night, but I didn't have to give my whole life to it at the time.
At the time.
I was so busy. Yeah. And then when I think about it now, I also feel like part of what drew me specifically to swing dancing was when I first walked into a dance, you just see everybody is smiling. And the music, even though it was during a time where actually the music represented fighting against the system in some ways, right? African-American musicians who were not welcome in white spaces, and then able to play this amazing music, and everybody wanted to listen to it. Now, I think it's also represents that, but it's also a sense of freedom to me, and a sense of carefreeness that people have when they dance to swing music, where you can do whatever it feels like doing in a very improvised way. And with great care, a lot of people will try to either follow along to what you're doing or just let you express yourself fully. And I think that really drew me into the dance.
Where was that? Which city was it?
It was in Chicago, and I think, like many people, I just had a friend that went dancing, and I liked the environment.
Cool.
Yeah.
We started. But is it now, do you work with dancing now and you don't do other work?
Now I am only teaching dance. I don't do anything else. And my reasons to do it now are multifold now that I know it so much better. I love seeing people really dance, like truly feeling free and sort of reclaiming this sense of playfulness that they maybe don't feel so free to express outside of the dance world. So as a teacher, that's extremely rewarding. And so that's kind of one of the main drivers for doing it as a dance teacher now, is just seeing that beautiful moment where people feel free. I also do it because, it's really a wonderful way of having a family. I think the swing dance community is one where we have the ability of really seeing the best of each other, no matter where we come from, what age we are, what background we have, maybe even, dare I say, what political views we have, because I think it doesn't matter when you're in this 3 minutes with this other human being.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel very strongly that I wish more people learned how to partner dance. They don't have to love swing music. Find the music that moves you. But if you partner dance, you have to find an understanding with another human being.
Even if it's just for this 3 minutes.
Yeah, and working it out and being able to figure out a way of feeling good for yourself, not always for the other person, that you find joy within these 3 minutes of dancing. And it's also very universal. You can travel anywhere in the world. Show up to a swing dance, and you don't have to speak the language with this person. You can just have the best time.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Find connection.
A very random question, but do you now have a hobby where you can sit and move still?
Yeah, good question. Well, so I'm a pretty active person. So I think many of my hobbies now involve movement, like skiing and hiking and nature. Having said that, I do ironically spend a decent amount of time in front of the computer for my dancing because of all the logistics that are involved.
let's call it a hobby.
Yes, yes.
Something you do to just keep yourself still for a while.
Yes, yes.
Like,
and I also started, last year I started a nonprofit, mostly for the Seattle area, but it's to try to bring a little bit more diversity in swing dance, as well as give opportunities to people that are very low cost or free, for people to be exposed to jazz music, swing dancing, and partner dancing in general. So we run, this year we're going to be running some free Lindy Hop classes at a community center, in which I'm able to pay the instructors with this. And then we have 3 upcoming outdoor live jazz events that are happening. And there'll be a little performance of people to be able to see Lindy Hop and swing dancing, as well as a free dance lesson in the beginning. And we try to prioritize artists and musicians and performers that are maybe not so much in the mainstream of the population. Last year we had all-woman jazz band, because I do feel like in jazz it can be quite male presenting. So we wanted to do that.
Nice.
And finally, the last thing we have a project for choreography. I've done this before in the past, before the nonprofit, but they're specifically choreographed for people of color and people that identify as people of color. They usually involve a short choreography, but more in the sense that people are allowed to move their bodies in the way that actually is informed by their background, as well as their life experiences, as well as their body that they have today, and honoring how there are so many beautiful ways of moving, that not all of them have to look the same, or not all of them have to look like what maybe the top competitions in the world look like. But they still get an audience and a performance time and a way to shine. And this has been a very rewarding project that I am excited to continue on.
Yeah, beautiful ideas. I really like that you talk about it, but also that you actually do it. Because I can imagine it takes time and thought.
It takes time. It takes a shocking amount of computer work.
Okay. Yes, probably all the doing all the, I don't know, getting the money from the city or however it works.
Yes.
But you're making it work.
Yes.
For that very big, important reason to you. Wow.
I really, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing people shine in that way. And I love to see it, so it's actually quite selfish. I do it for myself.
Keep doing it. I think this, even if you see it as, well, I think you realize that it's not only selfish, but that's where the fuel for you comes from. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of people take benefit of that and enjoy it. Find something in that.
Yeah, there's there's something so true about the information that everybody has heard before, but if you give, then you actually feel so good because you have given something, and it's it seems so weird, but it is a lot, and a lot of how I have found real joy in my life. But to plug my foundation, it's called the Swing Arts Foundation.
Good.
And you can find it on Instagram and Facebook. So if you follow it, you can see what we are offering, because we often have performance opportunities and ways of also supporting your friends in their endeavors as well. So check it out.
I'm happy you mentioned it. And it's in Seattle, you said.
It is primarily in Seattle right now. I've done performances in multiple cities, like Chicago and Austin, Texas as well. But
are you often in Sweden? Because I don't travel to dance so much outside of Sweden. You're often here. Right?
Sweden has kind of been my second dance home.
Happy to hear that.
It's so amazing to be here. I have had the lucky fortune of partnering with a couple of Swedish dancers. So Gio Ola, who I think you interviewed earlier. and Andreas Olsen. He was a big part of my development as a dancer and as a teacher. So I've come many times to practice and work with people there. And also there's so many great events in Sweden. Yeah. So you guys are super lucky. I wouldn't travel too far too if I lived here.
Good to hear. Nice, because sometimes I'm thinking that I'm maybe a bit too lazy because I don't take the time and effort. But we have it. What we need, at least on a certain level.
Yes.
And ambition level. I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so many great events and people who have been doing swing dancing for such a long time. So it's such a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Next question.
Yes.
It's a little bit off topic, but it connects to what I'm doing outside of dancing. Tell me one memory that you have connected to dancing or teaching dancing where lighting played a role.
Lighting. Okay. So my sister is an artist. She has been an artist her whole life. And I remember she did this art installation project where there was a dancer, there was a singer, and then there was an artist drawing light onto a dancer as they were moving. This was kind of in the beginning of my swing dancing career that she did this project. And if you want to have a cool view on life, check out some visual art. The way that they use light, the way that light plays off of objects, and the way that light plays with movement. Because it will change your life when you think about all of this, like, wow, like this is like such a cool, first of all, I love science, so like it's also very cool that like the way that light is. And I was an ophthalmologist, so I use light all the time. But watching this art project, I recognized how we as dancers can emulate light, the way that light moves. We can play around with like contrasts, the way that light is a contrast to the darkness. And the way that we don't always want it to be like super bright and then super dark, right? So we love the fade out and the fade in. That relates so much to dancing. And I think to connection, the way that I approach partner connection, it's not on and off. It's like a play on like fading in and fading out, and the way that you can like color your dancing is very similar to light shining from above. Maybe you trace little patterns on the floor that are blocked out by the light. Maybe you kind of move through this. So I was quite inspired by that project my sister had.
I'm very curious.
And I do think it has a lot of adjuncts to dancing in the way we can think about it.
Yeah.
What do you do in the lighting world?
Well, there are so many things you could do as a lighting designer. And I work on, very simply saying, lighting calculations that I do for working areas. And the working areas, it could be everything from office to industry. Maybe people work there packing boxes, or they work there on a laptop. Because whatever working area, there is a certain regulation that you in Sweden can choose to follow with what's the quality of light you want and the amount of lighting and so on. Wow. So I'm doing the calculations to make sure that's how the client wants it to be. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
So very different. It's very rarely colored lighting, which also makes sense. But when we work with a facade, then people normally accept and see a reason to add some RGB lighting. And then also gets a bit more fun because you can usually talk, or in my case, talk to a programmer and create something that would be more of a movement. And I think that adds another layer to it instead of just being a static lighting that will be there. Okay, it maybe changes in the color temperature throughout the day or intensity.
Yes.
Still stays, like it's still coming from the same direction, and it's very flat and not organic, which is okay, but like the sun is moving, changing, and that's what we find. Yeah, that's what we're used to as human beings. So when we can add a little bit of that, like with the programming or with something changing, that's more inspiring. And it feels closer.
Yeah, I love it.
The project of your sister, can one see it or find it?
Yeah, her website is Susie, SUSIEJLEE.com. Yes, and it was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
But it is still there, I believe. It's a really cool project. Yeah, that's a kind of a weird offshoot, though. I was actually thinking about light the other day. Huh. And so I used to be a physician, and so I nerd out a little bit on things that now apply to my life that were outside of my field. And one of them is recovery, and I think it applies for dancers. And a new thing that I was exploring where there's some evidence-based information that we, in general, lack certain longer frequencies, like the red and infrared frequencies in our daily life. We spend too much of it indoors and too much of it facing blue lights. Yeah. So I've been using like a red light therapy for recovery and going outside more often for also to get this natural red light. And I think it's great. It's so fun, like to use our big brains now in all of the lighting world to try to maximize our own happiness and recovery.
Right. So. Because it's nothing you can see. It's only something you can read about and research on, and then you just know that impacts you. It's nothing you directly see the impact on.
Yeah, but you actually can see different. So there's a study, specifically in ophthalmology, since I'm an ophthalmologist, I can share this with you, where if you had a certain amount of sustained red light, once every a couple of weeks, it actually, you could have a measurable improvement in your vision. So don't go out and buy a bunch of red lights and stare into them. No. That's not what I'm saying. No. But I am saying go outside.
Yeah. And there's everything we need.
Yes. Yes. Go outside. Don't look at the sun.
No. Okay. Not for too long.
Not for too long. Don't look at it at all, actually.
Okay.
But this actually improves vision even for several weeks. So that's
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes.
And also in lighting, now that we're talking about it a bit more, I find it interesting that you say about the longer wavelengths, because what normally I talk about or hear about with LED, the way they constructed it with frequencies, that it's very low on cyan wavelength, so it's specific wavelength, 480 nanometers or whatever, I don't remember, because we don't see the difference, but it's somehow cheaper and easier to produce LEDs that way. And that becomes the wavelength that we are lacking. So they try to boost it, or again, tell people to go outside more to get that specific cyan colored wavelength.
Yeah.
So maybe both that and the long wavelength. And we need the whole spectrum. That is so hard to get indoors.
Yeah.
And that's exciting that I can talk to you about that. So
bring it on.
All this research, tell me more. Cool. I'm telling myself, focus. Okay. Cool. Back to dance reality. Back to the minor swing setup. What is the thing that you specifically bring to the dance? And I think you said a little bit already to like what you bring to the local dance community in Seattle and around. But maybe now it's to the dance floor.
To the dance floor as a teacher. Which one are you asking?
Let's say as a dancer.
Okay, as a dancer.
Which one are you asking?
Yeah, I think I love to make people laugh, and I don't mind if the humor involves laughing at myself. So I'm not here to look like a perfect picture all the time. I'm here to see people smile, and I do goofy things on and off the dance floor in order to make this happen. And this has been a huge, wonderful part of my dancing journey, because at first you're like, okay, I want to do it right, and I want to follow or lead the perfect thing, and I need to do it this way and be serious about it. But then after a while, your natural personality bleeds through, and I am not a serious person. I can be if I need to be, but I really love laughing, and so I think I bring a sense of humor to a dance that maybe people think is a little bit serious, like Balboa dancers.
Yeah.
Not that this is true, but I think from the outside it might look like it's very constrained and compact and very tight and very technical. And yes to all of those things. I love it, but I also think that it's because we don't have to depend on each other for momentum all the time, where we have to always be using stretches and releases and things like this. There's a lot of opportunity to play around with your feet and footwork and your face and your arms and the way that you move through things in a cool and sometimes funny way. And I think I bring that silliness and maybe a slightly less serious side to the dance floor. But maybe I can say that as a teacher, I think there's something really beautiful to explore, where it doesn't have to be at every event, but I think when you have two female presenting people leading and following in a class, I think you can teach different things. Because I started my dancing career as a follow, and I'm teaching primarily as a leader, the things that are important to me are actually pretty, the emphasis is, it can be very different than somebody that started their dancing career as a leader. And I kind of like that. Yeah. I think it brings a different flavor to the classes. And maybe a slightly different energy when you have two female presenting people in the room teaching. So think about it and explore it on your own, or maybe two male presenting, or maybe two non-binary presenting people that can just add some diversity into what is taught and learned. Yeah.
And what is seen, I think that there is a stereotypical picture of how it normally looks like, and it's not that it has to look different to that picture.
Yes.
But it's nice to open up a little bit and show that it can be this way, and that's also the way it could be.
Yes.
I guess not, that's weird, or it's new, or unique. Just no.
Yeah. I'm also very short. I'm a short person, and being a tiny human being, also as a leader, I lead things very differently because I can't rely upon my own mass to create certain things. So it's a cool exploration. I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I love both roles. I actually also love switching. So it's not that I have a preference one way or the other, but I do appreciate the fact that the organization here decided to bring Lucia and I to this event.
Yeah. Good that you mentioned that. Yeah, good to bring it up. All right. Soon you'll get to eat your food, or what do you want to do?
No worries.
But I have two last questions that connect to each other.
Yes.
So there's a question from the previous guest.
Yes.
And then you'll ask a question to the next guest.
Okay.
Question from the previous guest that just recorded in the same room.
Do you ever get tired of the dance? And what in the dance is that you get tired of?
I think if you do something enough, anything in life enough, maybe you stop remembering to be grateful for the things that it does bring you. I have moments of, like every other human being, where I'm sad that I don't get asked to dance or compete or do this thing, or I'm sad that I am tired and I need to eat food and I didn't get enough sleep, or these very, very human experiences. And it's in these moments where I actually think, because I have these normal moments, that you can take a step back and kind of reclaim it very intentionally. And so when I am home, sometimes I don't dance, or I take dance classes from another form. Like I've recently been taking hip hop classes.
Ooh.
To step away from the music so that when I hear it again, it's not like, okay, it's the same old song or the same old thing, but it's something new each time, and you can reapproach it with the gratefulness that it requires to be able to enjoy this hobby as much you can. I think the flip side to that is that when you revisit it as a new thing, I think there's a lot of joy in that. So I actually go to different types of swing dance events for fun. So I go to an event where it's only Lindy Hop, and maybe it's a local one and nobody knows me, and I can dance with 1 million people, and it's a new experience, or maybe it's like a mixed festival with like shag, and I primarily dance shag, or just to change it up a little bit. Or there are also certain festivals where I actually only lead, and people see me as a primary follow, and so I try to lead. Sometimes you can't because other people ask you or whatever, but I aggressively ask people as a leader to make it a little bit different each time. And I think if I didn't do that, I could have more fatigue. Yeah. But I know myself a little bit. I need a little bit of the novelty-seeking thing. So you have to do events for fun. Yeah. Be a student again. Take the classes. Fill up the tank. Do a party pass. Only social dance for a weekend, rather than always do the same thing if you're a teacher, or always do the same thing as a party pass goer. Yeah, exactly. So change it up a little bit.
Good advice. And nice to hear how you sorted that out. Yeah. Because I recognize it could be a thing. Now you ask a question to the next guest.
What's something that you wish you saw more of in our community today? And what can you do as an individual? What are you doing, or what can you do to make the world you want to live in?
I like the question. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You feel like a very reflective person. It's almost like every question I ask, you're like, yeah, I've thought about it already for many years. Thank you for asking. Nice.
Yeah, I do think about it. I think about it a lot because I really love the dance, and I care about the community, and I want it to be there when I'm 100 years old, and I want everybody to be able to have that experience. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening in. I do think it matters that we are bringing up different perspectives on social dancing and jazz in general. This is my way of making it more of an inclusive space where you and me feel like we belong. See you dancing.